All right, we are back with another live stream. We're doing these every day during the week, usually around 3:15 Eastern time. We're doing a little bit earlier today. If you're here and you're new, right, my name is Chase, 5-Day Crypto. I've been in crypto since 2017. I've been through all the highs and all the lows. My job, what I'm making these for, what I'm doing these streams for, is to try to help you avoid all the pitfalls that I've been through, all the BS that I've seen, and I've seen it all, right? Daily, being in crypto daily for 7+ years is you can see a plenty of good scar tissue and a lot of experiences. So I'm just doing this to try to, help the masses as much as possible, fight the BitBoy cryptos, so to speak, and the Moon Boys, and, keep it real. All right. So if you like it, share it, give a thumbs up, help spread the word. Get your dog, cat, grandma, parrot, whoever. Just get them on a stream. Get another people here. I think our record's about 42. So let's see if we can get a couple more. All right. Welcome in to the regular peeps. Appreciate all of you joining. Thanks so much. Ninja, thank you for always being the first one here. So Bitcoin's got a bit of a move here. So we'll talk about Bitcoin first. What we need to be watching out for. If this is going to be a real or is this just another fake out? Are we going to sell off again? Well, we have our resistance zone approaching just ahead here, right? We need to hold this as support, or even better would be a confirmed breakout, which like 74, 75K or higher on the daily, the 3-day, the weekly, any chart, right? Just let's do it with authority, preferably a tall green bullish candle like that, just blasting through resistance. Otherwise, like, the facts are the facts. This is a resistance zone, which we've held all the way back since the Pico top in March. There's a resistance. There's 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Working on our 5th. If we go back down again, ideally, we're liking to hold these tops right here. So here's our kind of secondary support if we, still failure to launch here. So 67K is their pivot point. If we go back under 67, we're likely going to be down here for weeks, if not months. More consolidation. Maybe we try to put in a higher low than 60K. Looking at the 100-day EMA. What else would help us back up the theory that if we break out, is it real versus just a quick, pump up and then a see you later, is our Bitcoin hash ribbons. So on the daily chart, they're still well apart. Now, how are we going to get this? A trigger buy, which we haven't had one in a hell of a long time. It's been since August of 2023. Maybe we're August of 2024 before we get another one. These lines have to cross back. So this red line, you can see the green, right, turns red once they cross. So to get a potential for a blue buy signal, and they don't always spit out blue, but even to get the potential, this has to cross back to the upside. So even if they start to close, I would say the earliest we're going to get that is probably still a couple of weeks away, but they're not seemingly wanting to close just yet. And what is the hash ribbons? Maybe you don't have no idea. It's the Bitcoin mining, right? So this is the white is capitulation by the miners. They're giving up. Green, they're starting to recover, right? And blue is like it's go time again. Historically, the blue buy signal has not failed. I mean, when was the last time, right? It doesn't mean that prices go haywire right off the bat as soon as it prints, but when did we last start to turn batshit? October. Remember how well everything was doing in October? Well, we got the early warning sign here. How about before that? I'm glad you asked. January 2023. That ring any bells? Those 2 signals are pretty rock star. I like to use these on the weekly because the daily can kind of get, a little bit, not necessarily fake out, but until you see it on the weekly, I wouldn't believe it because you might see the daily first, but the weekly still has some work to do as well. I mean, you can see, look at the cross here versus here. Much bigger, likely going to take some time, but make no mistake, if we go to 75K and these start to close up and we do get a blue buy signal, realize that that's pretty big. Okay, so Bitcoin's on its way up, right? Bullish there. The 3-day chart looks about the most spectacular you can see. So here's our 2 zones. We want to hold this as support. If we fail to break out here, come back and retest a little bit longer, that's okay. Or, right, we can eliminate this, and you want to hold this as support if we get up in here. And when we move back down, we want to flip this 71K level to support to look for our confirmed breakout and, you know, hopefully end Bitcoin dominance's epic rally sometime soon so we can get an alt season. So looking at the 3-month chart, which we covered yesterday, like going all the way back for years here, 2020, rejection, back-to-back candles, which these are 3-month candles, quarterly candles, off to the 21. And we've now held 3 consecutive candles so far, same spot. So if this plays out, alt season could be just within the next 3 months away, right? All we need is a big red candle on Bitcoin dominance, and altcoins will start flying off the racks, whatever that means. So, all right, let's get to some requests. All right, first request. We'll look at ETH in a minute, but since homeboy is on his way to work, throwing me the signs, let's go check out Solana real quick for him. And also, like, if you're new to the stream, you might be wondering what all these colors are. Red, bad charts. Green, great charts. Orange, neither here nor there. But as a general rule of thumb, you'd want to hold more green coins than red coins for sure, and even orange coins. So green has very strong chart fundamentals. That's all. All right, so Solana, what are we talking about? Where are we? Get back to the green list because we know Solana is on the green. These are alphabetical order. So if you don't see your coin, then it's probably not great. There's a 3-month chart for Solana just for shits and giggles. Look at the throwback of previous highs. I mean, that's amazing. Maybe you've never seen a 3-month Solana chart, but there you go. Looking beyond bullish to me. Let's go to the weekly chart. We're looking at breakout here, right? We just close over this high close here, 170, right? Even on the daily chart, look at these tests on the 21 week, bounce and a hold. I mean, textbook, really great chart from the lows of $8 of the bear market to now $169 as we speak. That's pretty remarkable. This kind of moved back down, didn't invalidate the previous kind of breakout resistance zone, flipped that to support. All things that you want to see perfect in the perfect TA fundamentals. This is it. Solana is a pretty good place to start your perfect structure. And close this week over 170, and I mean nothing but all-time highs are in sight, right? We zoom out, we get those all-time highs. $260, break that, put on a new higher high. I would probably spec some kind of short-term resistance to here, but hey, who wouldn't take a another 2x rally before we get some more resistance? So Solana knocking on the door of maybe making another breakthrough, right? Just similar vibes to this, right? A breakout, a move back down, hold, breakout again, breakout, move back down, hold the important lines, and breakout again. So our breakout target would likely be somewhere around the 250 area. So Solana's looking at absolutely epic. What you want to be looking for sure. These kind of charts. Hang on, got some text going on. All right, no big deal. All right, let's get it going. Ethereum. ETH has cooled off a little bit, but it is still an A chart, right? So let's go look at that. I mean, obviously the 25% candle on the ETF there. That was a good one. We're still holding high and tight here, so that's good. If we move back down, let's just hold the EMA 8. You can see back here, EMA 8, hold. You can put it on closing prices on a line chart, and you can see like that's where you can get your big moves. You start to hold. EMA 21 is the worst case for the bigger bulls to remain intact, and we flirted with disaster there, but ETF coming through big time. So for Ethereum, like it's just like a patience game right here for a while, right? 4,000 falls. If we close above 4,000, I think 5,000 should come relatively quickly. Might not be for a couple of months, maybe till we get that alt season or the ETF actually goes into effect. Then I would expect some, pretty remarkable things out of Ethereum. I think Ethereum will see the elusive 10K mark this cycle. So it's still, at least a 3x away. Thereabouts. But looking spectacular so far. Hold off to 21. Indicators, at least you got the Fisher transform. Like one of my favorite indicators. This, running parallel looks great. Anything else? But momentum on the MACD starting to flip green, right? That's a good sign. So like I said, leading off, I think alt season's probably a handful of months away here. And, Ethereum, all the other alts combined will likely start to go bigger than we've seen, even in this move, because Bitcoin dominance has been trending up since 2023. We need a trend down in Bitcoin dominance, and then we can see things we haven't seen since 2021, right? All right, AVAX, good request. I was covering AVAX in our Telegram group this morning, and I didn't even want to do it. It's like no clear levels on AVAX. Like a very confusing chart. So we have obviously the clear support level, right? I mean, that's about as clear as you can get. $30, 30 to 32. We come back down here. That'll be a critical level for AVAX, right? Here's the weekly. I would probably cut under 30, right? That was not what we want to be doing. However, rise at a B chart, right? It's not green because we're still stuck under the EMA 8, the 21, the 14. That's not great. Let's go check like the Bollinger Band, just clean chart. We're still under the median Bollinger Band, which you're also a little bit sluggish there. All right, let's take the Gaussian channel. We are above the Gaussian channel in the weekly, so that's a good sign. But look at how quickly it's rising. So we got maybe till the end of June before the top of the Gaussian channel is going to be about where we are now. So we got to get it together. You don't want to be going back in the weekly Gaussian channel or even touching it. So hopefully alt season starts to knock on the door and AVAX get its act together here relatively soon here. Let's go back and look. You can see, like, wait, where's the levels here? Like, do you go with that? Do you paint this over here? Then you have this top here just randomly. So there's not really clear-cut levels to here. AVAX is a little bit more confusing than many other charts are very much more clear. AVAX is not one of them. He's the redheaded stepchild of the group. $60 seems like probably a good pivot level for the Ultra Bulls. I mean, we're like near 2x from that. So got some patience to do. To get to an A chart, we just got to see it above probably like 40. I'd love to see it above range highs here, but we're still flirting with 2021, like pre-alt season highs. And we're like pre-alt season highs again, right? We're not alt season yet. So maybe we just kind of flirt with that. But what we don't want to do is have an epic catastrophe drop again like we did in May of 2021. That would be crossing the streams bad. If we did that, right, obviously the whole market would tank, but AVAX like got hit hard here and probably get hard again. So $30 fails. I probably have a kind of a stop loss there. $60 fails as resistance, and we're like, I would just focus on $100 plus, right? That March bear market high, that was our only kind of bounce in the bear, $100. For the render. All right, since you asked it that way, we know Render's on the green list. Render's one of the best charts in crypto. So he's down here. Render's a good one. And we got two fibs on here. So we got the big fib from open to low from the bear market. And then we have the shorter term, the move way up to the move way down. So let's compare these. Looking at the weekly chart. Anything that kind of makes sense. 18 to 20. Right, that should be a decent level if we get up that high. When we get up that high, I wouldn't doubt that we're going to go that high at least. But these higher numbers, could these possibly hit? Yes, I still think all these numbers will get hit. Even the 423, right? I think render would likely go to probably. Let's put on log scale here. We got to do that. Thought something looked a little weird. Here we go. So you will also, like, if you're ever doing trading view and you notice like your fib levels aren't the same as mine or same as whoever your favorite shitcoin YouTuber is that you watch, then you're your log scale is probably off, or you have to go into the settings. You can go into your settings here, and you need to have log scale checked not only here, but for your fib. For your Fibonacci must be checked for log scale. So you can Google how to do that if you can't figure it out, but it's relatively straightforward. So just a side note on that. The 618, the 2618, 50 to 65, right? I think right in that area. I'm pretty confident we can hit that. Anything much higher than that, I would be happy, right? I have a lot of render. I would like to go to these numbers, but remember, like, we're not the Moon Boy specials here. Let's take a break and realize that, oh, render was at 30 cents to start this rally, and really at a low of 25, almost 25 cents. Okay, so let's get a reality check here. We're already have done a 38x out of render at current prices. Gone over 50x already to the highs. Okay, we talked about this yesterday a little bit, having some reality checks, and don't get too far ahead of yourself and think, like, I just bought render at $10, so now it has to 50x. Like, you're the exit liquidity if that's your thought process. Most people think when they buy, no matter when that is, they ignore all the past of what it's done, and they're just saying 10x. 15x. I need 25x out of this coin because it says so. Because my favorite shitcoin YouTuber says Fibonacci. No. Right? Realize the market cap. You need to go check your market caps on CoinMarketCap. It's free. What has the move done already? Is it a strong uptrend? Right? You want your coins trending strong. If they don't trend strong, they're not likely to do a 50x. Like, surely that's common sense, but here we are. So that's just a render side note. Help. I get off track sometimes, but just try to do my best to share as much knowledge as possible. So render looking strong. Obviously, I mean, these pumps from, they're just one of the strongest charts since the start of the bull run. Injective is a very strong chart from 2023. But not so much lately. But render and injective are like the powerhouses of the the early, the first 12 months of the bull run for sure. I think render is going to do quite well. Moving forward, I think at least $50, if not knocking on the door of triple digits. The market cap still allows for it, even though it's multi-billion dollars. But someone calling for a XRP to $500 doesn't know math or market caps. Right, go do those calculations for BitBoys. All right, so that's render. If you want to see more detail, just let me know. Like, I didn't go too far in depth with render on this one. Kind of doing off on tangents. But render's looking ready to. Let me just clear all this shit out. Render looks pretty ready to go here. Right, holding the EMA 8 for 4 weeks in a row. I would love to see a close above like 11, and then the fuse is probably lit. I mean, this looks pretty great bullish setup here. All right. Get some alts starting to rise here a little bit. Now the Bitcoin's looking bullish. How's Bitcoin doing? Still almost at 71K now. Nice. Swifty. Yeah, let's go look at it. Is it on orange? I assume it's on orange since you said it could turn from orange to green. So let's go look at it. There we go. Yeah. So this actually might be green now. I'm assuming we talked about this last week and it probably was close. Oh yeah. So look at the daily chart. Nice move. Even from Saturday. So I think we probably talked about this last week and it was like close, right? This is exactly what it needs to do. Now we're looking at these highs, although it just closed a higher high finally for the first time since, May 20th there. So looking good. Let's zoom in. This looks pretty great. Look at, ideally, before we get too excited, let's close up here. We can set like an alert. So you can right click and add alert, right? That would tell me that that's broken out for sure. But yeah, I think we can upgrade. This is our first upgrade together. We'll upgrade this to an A chart. So congrats. I don't know what you win nothing, but That's a good thing, right? You want your charts turning green, right? If certainly if you're in the orange, you'd rather not turn red. So now we're here. Weekly, look at that. So this is worst case. So you don't want it coming down here again. That'd be where I would kind of cut my position there. But I mean, look at the range highs back here where we opened, and they flipped to the range low support. It's ideal. That's like really good. Exactly what you want. Get your bounce off the 21. Looks very similar to kind of what Bitcoin is doing. Right, the lows back there, round up. Real good. Let's see. Let's look at the Fisher here. Look at that trigger buy on the weekly. Very good sign there. Don't know where that accent was. Another good signal on momentum, but we'd like to get that a little bit higher first. Maybe next week. RSI is now holding on the bullish side of the fence. Look at that bounce. Right on previous resistance, new support. Right at the bullish side of the territory line. Bears were over here waiting to destroy the bulls, but we didn't like what we saw. Back to the bulls. Yeah, looks good. So this one we got to go with green chart. Looks stellar. Let's check on this again. Maybe Thursday, Friday. See how this plays out. All right. Now let me go over to my watch list before I forget. Because when I uncheck the colors, it'll drop off that chart. You see, so you have to go back and add it manually. So now it's green. All right, now on the watch list. That's our first upgrade on a live stream. Congrats. Nobody but you juiced. All right. Enjoy work. PIMK. Did Solana just for you, sir. Let's see. API 3. I believe that's a green chart, right? I think. Am I wrong? Oh. Let's see if we can get another upgrade. Is it not? Or maybe I just deleted it? I feel like it's one of the hopefully it's not on the red list, right? You don't want your kids on the red list. Let's add it back. Makes no sense. I know we've done it before. It's on the green list. I just missed it. I probably can't spell. All right, here we go. All right, so it looks very similar to what we just looked at with Swifty there. Call it Swifty. So this one's looking great as well. Above all moving averages, look at the EMA 8 now poking its head up above the 14. A good sign there for momentum. Let's do our checks on our indicators. Looks good. We just had a look at that. Just a little bit of a bullish crush on your ADX, but still weak. The ADX is still on the downtrend. We like to see that curl a little bit while the bulls are on top. Momentum's trying to cross here. Fisher looks great. Your momentum on your stochastic is now triggered back through the shade, so looks really good. A lot of altcoins are starting to flip here. A lot more bullish heavy, so to speak. So I think the floodgates will probably start to open on some of these alts if we can just get Bitcoin dominance. So chill. That's the only reason that your altcoins aren't going crazy here. We need Bitcoin to go to like let's say like 75, 80K. And then just kind of hang out. Because then some of that money will come off of that and go to alts. Now, I don't think we're going to get a batshit crazy alt season like we have seen in past. Because we have a lot more money in Bitcoin that's probably not leaving this cycle. ETFs. Right? Okay, so for API 3, if we move down, we're likely to hold about 280 as support. Right? Previous swing lows back here. The 21 EMA. What's our next high side target? Well, we didn't spend a whole lot of time back here, so I would just go like immediately all-time highs as soon as this breaks. So looking at our high closing, about 440, just flip 440. So you can right-click, add your alert at 440. If that goes off, you're about to get some more money. And I colored that red. Let's not do it red because that's. How about green, or my go-to is yellow. It's easy to see. The 440 on API 3. It's an A chart. Looks great. Let's see what the lows are. I know we've probably done this, but still about 500%. So right on the borderline. But that's a good one, right? You want to be in like 8 charts, but maybe that haven't done a 5,000% move yet. Maybe the 5,000% move is still coming. So, side note on that, you wouldn't want to see like a 10,000x here, and then it's back under here, right? If that makes sense. Although that'd be a strong chart, like Render and Injective have done pretty significant moves, but rambling. All right, let's get going. Welcome in all the OGs and the new people. I feel like most of you are just on the coming in here every day, so I appreciate that. I'd like to get some new people in here. Let's see what else. What was the next one? GFI Goldfinch. That's definitely a green chart. Definitely a green chart, right? Even though it has not appearing here. What? Another one? Another one bit the dust. Okay, let's go back to it. Apologies. I don't know where these are. And did I pass right over it? Am I missing these? All right. GFI on the verge of going back to maybe potentially orange here. As long as we're above 295, it can remain green. Let's see. Right, range lows, it's okay, right? We're still okay. Range, we haven't made a move yet. Like some of these coins have bounced and really are testing kind of this range again. This one is not there. Fisher Transform is also triggering down. You see that? Right? That's not the best thing. And making a new low. So hopefully this week we can save this latter half in the week. We need to see that bounce or at least a hold on that. I would say that EMA 14, that purple line, like we did last week. So 325-ish or so. Actually 326 on the top left there. We got to hold that, and then maybe we get a bounce up. What the hell is there a fly in here for? If we can get a bounce, then we can maybe avoid that Fisher Transform triggering down further, and we might get like a pivot, at least look like that. Stop the bleeding kind of, but I mean, it's looking like it's kind of the opposite of a lot of these coins. A lot of these coins are starting to flip green, where Goldfinch has been green and maybe starting to cool off here. All these signs and indicators seem to indicate that. Imagine that, an indicator indicating something. This is the level that we want to hold here, going all the way back to 2022. All right, this is it. Maybe I would take a bounce down here, but you definitely don't. If we close under the 21 week, that's certainly a sign of weakness, and we'd probably downgrade that to orange. But still, so far, we got to hold the line here. Like, it's do or die time for GFI right here. 320. Again, I wouldn't panic if we go down here, right? We could just be doing like a high or low wick like we did back here, but it's got to hold. That's definitely got to hold. 295, 291, random numbers, whatever price you want. All right. Polkadot. Do Polkadot. We haven't gotten that request in a while, but sadly, it might be sick on the red list. Is that the doctors? I think, I know it's here. I don't know what's going on with my lists. Maybe I just can't read today, but... Oh, it's on the orange list. Maybe that's why. Dumbass. Get on the right list. So orange. Why is it on orange and not red? I don't know. Probably felt bad. All right, let's see what the pump's doing. Yeah, I mean, the pump's not there. It's underneath majority of moving averages, if not almost all of them, all but one. It's still below 2022 highs. This really should be in the red chart, honestly. The pump effect is not there. It's below moving averages. It's trending sideways for the past several months now. We do have a little bit of a sign here on the Fisher Transform. Is trying to gain some traction. It doesn't want me to downgrade him yet. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But if we check this again next week, and this is still under 750, He's probably going red. So we'll keep DOT here for now. But sideways action, it's got to do something here. We're still under the 100-week moving average. It's 850. That's where we could get green. I mean, I would love to be wrong, and next week we're talking, and DOT's at 865 or higher. That'd be great. Then we can turn him green. But if he's under 710, that's a sign that we could just stay stuck down here, right? All right, Uni, go check that one out. Which exchange? We might as well go Binance. Uniswap making some moves just over the past couple of weeks. We probably deleted him because it was probably down here the last time we talked and it just looked bad. It's proven me wrong here a little bit, so nice, but a little too early. But everything's looking great here. Let's see what it's done since October. Still not that great there, and we're still below these range lows of the end of the bull market last cycle. So if you want DOT to do very well, it's definitely got to get above this zone where you can see initially we hit and rejected bottom of the bull, May 2021 drop, and the end of the bull, right? One of the few coins that was dropping at the end of the bull cycle. Unit, you'd be hard pressed to find many coins doing that in November 2021. Here we are, right? And that's the pivot point, $15, $15.16. That's when the much better things start to happen, I would guess. So we're doing okay. I don't know if I could go full on A, but maybe like A minus. But I'll put it at are we above 2022 highs? We are. So really, it's got to go green. Right? Even though I don't like the pumpamentals in this just yet, I would like to see that about 500-600%. Only about 300. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt here, and we'll go green on that. So congrats. Thought it was a red chart. In fact, a green chart now. That's how quick it can change, though. Like, that's red back here. You're not even past the resistance zone. You're underneath all moving averages, and then a couple weeks later, you're green and flying high. Good one. Render 3x. Yeah, I think it'll easy 3x. I mean, Render could easily do, over 10 billion market cap. That still wouldn't even be a 3x. So I think I really see Render at around $50 coin. I'd be shocked if it doesn't hit 50 or higher. 50, 60 area. Seems right for me. And going from the bottom to the top, the market cap checks out. Okay, you're going for 3x. At least you're not saying 30x. Like, most people do the opposite of that. So kudos for keeping it real. Kudos are still real. Anybody old enough to remember the kudos snacks? Actually had a kudos granola bar. I think it was a granola bar. I think when I was probably 10, 30 years ago. What was the side note I said? Forgot. Coleman, what are you writing down? Chainlink to 100 this cycle. We might give out a neon sign. We'll see how we go. Last cycle, I was giving out $500 Chainlink neon signs if it hit $100. that was going to be expensive for me. I would have done it. We'll see. Maybe if anybody gets one this cycle, it'll probably be Nate. Nate's been following me for a long time. Maybe I'll send you one, Nate. Just you. Okay, next request. At least we don't have it on a chart yet. See where we're at. Okay, some kind of a newer young gun, new kid on the block here. We're okay. We're above the moving averages as little as we have here. Let's probably drop down to like the 3-day. So it's still pretty young. You're not going to get a whole lot of, you know, precise, fundamentally accurate TA from something that's you don't have much data on. Slightly higher high here. I mean, you can't even like kind of do anything here, right? You see, you got to have some kind of history, but like you can see this zone, this low, these pivot lows, those will be our resistance. So if we hesitate here, now you'll know why. But if we blast through here, right, not much here in the way of all-time highs. Let's see. We only have a 50% move to all-time highs. Many coins are like hundreds of percents. Have to do a 10x to get to all-time highs. This one's, so it's not bad, right? And a lot of newer coins kind of are in this kind of formation where they kind of just went up really quick and then sideways and then just victim of the, the March tops here. Came down pretty hard, but now we're seeing these kind of rounded bottoms. This is what you'd want to see, right? That's a good bullish sign there. Let's actually look at, since we're on the 3-day chart, see if we got a Gaussian channel yet, how that looks like. Let me clean this up. Let's take that off. So, okay, here's your test. For sure, this is going to be a bigger zone now. You see how this can kind of paint you another little bit, one more piece of the puzzle? So is this going to be a resistance zone? I would bet your ass, because the median line on the Gaussian channel is resistance. 57, 58. We get above that, then you can take a little bit of breath. I think that's the hard work. Clear 58. Bollinger Bands still way the hell wide apart. Volume pretty low, but starting to get above average last week. That's pretty good. All right. Let's see if we have any indicators we can go off of. At least on the 3-day. I mean, look at that. Look at that Fisher. That's what you want to see. Ideally, right? That's why you buy like early bounces in the Fisher. Not a whole lot of fake outs. So more oftentimes than not, it's going to be real. Look at that 3-day trigger cross back in mid-May. That would have been a pretty good buy. So it triggered like kind of right here, around about $38. You could rode that from like, even 40 to 54. That's a pretty good trade. Let's see anything else we have. The Bulls and Bears are still fighting here. I wouldn't put too much in that. Let's drop down to the daily. That looks pretty good. Divergence from the Bulls and Bears with the ADX following the Bulls. That's a good sign. RSI getting stronger. Look at that. Strongest the RSI has been since February, March. Really good sign there. Gaining strength. MFI following suit. Looks like your MACD is off the charts with momentum. Another big cross in early May. That looks great. All things looking pretty good here. Your 200-day, you're now coming into it. So you're really, since we don't have a whole lot of data, I'm still a little hesitant. If we talk like maybe Thursday, Friday, or next week, and we're above 57, then this would be a green chart. Otherwise, right now it's orange, because it's like we're right at resistance. This could easily fail here and just come back down. Okay, so let's watch and pay attention to that. But especially since it's a newer coin, we don't know yet. Especially since it's not alt season. All right, we need Bitcoin to top first. Super chat, first of the day. Appreciate it, Kay. We have your letter and my letter is half the same. My last name is Kay, so. All right, AKT. Let's get back to why you're here. AKT. So AKT. Green. Already green. Green rating. Let's see. We're on the daily chart. So first time we probably rated this, it was probably a little bit higher, but let's start off on the weekly to see if we're still there. So we're still above the 21, so we're not going to downgrade it. If we close under that 21 week, we'll probably take this to orange. Lower high. That's a ominous looking candle. I don't want to see a close under this 21. MFI coming down here. Let's look at the Fisher Transform just triggered sell. We're losing some momentum, so it's kind of, we got to hold the line here. Oh, look at the RSI on the weekly. So look at the bottoms here, right? We're starting to kind of, this is the bull bear side of the fence here, right? We've held the fence line so far, but if we get down into here, right, the bears might switch sides on us. So we'll watch that. I would put like an alert here. Like, let's see, let's take it a little bit lower, like 417, add alert. So you can do that, and then you can add an alert to the high side too, right? Just above all these range highs, or even if you wanted to get above like the EMA 8 again. So we're on the verge of turning this orange, just because that's a big pivot point, the 21, and it's held the line the 3 times that it's tested it. So that's a good sign. And look back here, right? This is monumental. No matter what coin you're looking at, if it's continuously holding at the same level, 21 week EMA usually, and it fails, right? That's a huge warning. That's the anomaly that you need to like slap yourself and wake up and not be like, oh, well, hopefully it comes back. Probably not. It'll probably either, at best case, trend sideways, or worst case, go down, right? No matter what the market's doing, you want to hold that 21 week, but it's okay until you close below it. Put on a line chart. No closes below the 21 week. So the odds are pretty high. If you're big into Akash, you're buying here. You buy at support with a tight stop loss. If you want to get more, this is the time, right? You buy at the 21 week with a stop loss just under, given the fact that you don't want to get liquidated on or stopped out on a wick, but you can get back in again. If it closed back up here, like say you got stopped out at 340, right? You bought in at 370 back here on this week. You got stopped out. Well, then you could just buy back in when we close back above it and then try again, right? That's how anybody should be doing trading. You buy support, you sell at resistance. Everything else is just more gambling. Anybody that's not buying support or selling resistance, you're just gambling. Calculated, measured risk is how to win long term, and that's how you do it. Buying support. So if you're looking at Akash and you're not thinking about buying here, you're doing it wrong. All right. So if that's not crystal clear, I don't know how I can make it more clear. Maybe I'd speak in a little bit closer, deepen my voice. All right, what else? Let's move on here. Next request. You requested 2. Well, at least they're both green charts. Let's hope this one's a little bit better. And it is. All right. So let's look at it. Range high. Didn't go back below that. I mean, look how high and tight we held here. So it'll move up and just doesn't give up that move. That's a good sign. Very good sign. Right? A lot of coins that hit this went down like 60, 70%, maybe invalidated this even. No, this one, even from the peak top to the bottom, less than 50%. So that's a good solid move. Weekly chart, that candle's a little bit concerning, so let's take that out. Close back above the EMA 8. That's all we can hope for here. Definitely a green chart. Definitely, it's got the pump effect, right? I mean, this is what we look at, right? Can your coin move when it needs to move? Yeah, that's subtly this one can do it. This one is pretty good. There's if you're wondering, right? Just from October, and 30 days later, holy shit, almost a 20x. Wow. Hopefully you've made some money on this one already. This is spectacular. Look at that pump effect. And then you have Matic that's 9,570% below this one. Joke of the Matic is it's literally negative since the start of the bull run. Not to mention October. Holy hell. But that's about as fundamentally pumpamentally as you can get. That's a good one. Holy moly. I hope you didn't just buy in here. Maybe you got in back here anytime before that move, and I think you're golden. 30 cents. Wow. What a move. It was at literally a penny. Amazing. Good pick. Oh, right. Yeah. Right, Coleman. Gotcha. Chainlink. Who wants Chainlink? Who likes that? All right, let's look at Chainlink. We are in A chart. We're still good. Move back down. I wouldn't turn this back to orange until 1625 is closed below 21 week. That'd be a big level, because not only that is we have our range highs back here as well, which is also including that 21 week EMA. This is massive for Link if it comes back down. Much bigger than other coins. We cannot go back below here, or we are liable to stay under here for weeks, if not months. If we come down and this flips to support, then, you know, rocket could be lit here, right? This is this notion. If we stop hitting arrows. If we come down and hold this as support, or maybe even higher at the EMA 8 or something like that, and do like one of those or there, but this is where it's got to hold. And in order for this to happen, right? And then alt season in this point, right? Then we're looking at probably 30 pretty quickly. We can look at the fib scales, and if you go to the left, right, you got 27 to 30. That's our next range. Right, that's pretty clear. 27.33. That's a nice little $5 range there. And I would expect our next move to go there, right? That looks pretty doable, right? I would think alt season happens between somewhere here and there. And the fact that Chainlink's really picked itself off the floor here, when we were at $12, a couple weeks ago. Okay, now we're at 17 and working up. Next spot here. And after that, you guessed it. All right, Link's looking good. As of late, at least, it's starting to pick up some momentum. All right, kudos. You bought in February. Nice. Okay, farm. All right, so it's probably been, a week or so since we looked at this. So we're back to kind of our resistance zone, hopefully flipping to support. You can see our test back in May. We hit the 21-week EMA perfectly and held. Next week was a little bit higher. So if we come down, we're still okay. $63. That's where I draw the line. This might get downgraded to red if you go under 63. Otherwise, we're still orange. And the green level, right? We should just paint this green. This is where we turn green. Get back above here. It's really, I could probably turn it green above 75. I think I would do that. So we can make this whole a green zone if you want. Anything above here, and this looks real good. Or 80. Let's go 80. Make it a nice round number. That's where we can turn this to an A chart. So we're close now. But we're about, the same to a green to a red. So let's pay attention here, right? This is why it's an orange chart. It's like can go either way. We're in the middle of the seesaw. Let's look at the Gaussian. Any time now? There we go. So that's well below us. That's good. Let's look at it on the daily. Trading view's a little slow here today. Okay, so we've broken through the median. If we go down any more, the bottom of the Gaussian channel is also in line with this. So this would be my red line. Paint that red. Right, you can see that. So if we go under 60, that'd be a concern. All right, let's go back out. And there's our zone. So if you want to turn in green, you just got to get there. If we're going to turn red, we got to get there. So it's 80 and 60 for farm. We'll try to start doing this on all the charts. If you're orange, like we'll show you where we could, be really bullish again. And if you're orange, we can show you where we could potentially be, really, really bearish again. Some alts starting to move here. Got BKB up almost 20%. That's pretty rock star. Much better. Bitcoin's got to be. Go back up to Bitcoin. Still holding pretty bullish here. Upper 70s. My favorite XRP. Let's do it. Yeah. Floki looked stellar yesterday. How's it doing today? Go look at Floki real quick, then we'll do XRP. There it is. Up another 8%. Wow. So now knocking on the door of closing an all-time high. All-time highs on the 3-day as well. How about the daily? Not quite there, but we're still there. We're still not too far off. So look at that. Imagine your favorite coin is at all-time highs right now. That's not many. Not many can do that. So meme or not, I mean, that chart is about as great as you can want. The pumps are there, right? The dips are holding the 21 back to back, and now back to range highs, all-time highs, looking as strong as ever. So pretty great. Okay, now let's go to my not so favorite coin. The stable coin that is XRP. All right, so let's look at it. Sideways moving averages, 200, the 200 week is dead flat. Most moving averages are pretty flat. The prices are still pretty flat. 50 cents. I have a joke. Anytime if someone asks me what's the price of XRP, I say it's probably about 50 cents. Anytime in the past 6 years. Okay, so let's jokes aside, let's make it clear. Let's look at the Gaussian channel. We'll look at the weekly. It's below the median line. That's always a concern, and that's for the first time since March, April. Okay, resistance and holding as resistance. The bottom wick went right to the bottom of the Gaussian. So if we can't flip this soon back to support at 55 cents, 43 cents is the next target there. Go to the 3-day. Just flipped red on the 3-day, trying to hold the bottom as support. Red on the daily as well, holding the median as resistance. So the first target's like flip that, at least flip that back to support, like we did back here. Right, got above it, came back down, support, got a little bit more bullish, turned it green. But look at the flip-flop on the Gaussian. If your Gaussian's flip-flopping like this on the daily, like, you're going nowhere. Look at that. It's almost like a checkerboard. It's like perfect. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 50 cents, 60 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents. And that's just for eternity. Here's the 3-month quarterly chart. So current prices are also where we were in 2018. You can't make that up. So Bitcoin, for Bitcoin to be there, 2018 prices for Bitcoin. Or what would we be at? July 2018 for Bitcoin? What is it? I mean, 10,000? I don't even know what it was back then. July of 2018 for Bitcoin. I can't even imagine. Certainly less than 20,000, right? There's the 3-month candle chart, the quarterly candle chart for XRP. Let's take this a step further. Let's go to the annual chart. These are annual candles. Any given year, the average price is about 50 cents. Those are annual candles. We don't even need the Gaussian channel, right? Look at that. Even if you stretch it out, you had one good year. I'll give it a good year, and the great year was 277%. What? Your best year ever was 277%. That's a fact. That's why I joke on XRP all the time. XRP and now Matic. Matic, I think, has taken XRP's position here, but I mean, Matic's got to trend sideways for another, 5 or 6 years or so to catch up to XRP's sideways action. But I mean, the volume's not terrible. XRP has their army. They just don't go anywhere. Bollinger Bands on the weekly. God damn, look at that skew from 2021. Let's throw it in here. I mean, Bollinger Bands are not looking great either, right? You're in the lower half. This is one of the few times I'll do XRP only because of the requester. I know you've been a long time subscriber. All right, so I mean, I don't know what's to like. You're underneath the majority. You're still hanging out the 200 week. You're above it. I mean, I guess the silver lining would be that. But XRP is, I just don't get it. I don't know. But you're just married to the coin and refuse to divorce, I guess. Right? That's not a fun relationship here. Farm back over 1K. Let me go look again. Wow. That was way the hell up there, huh? What's the market cap now at Farm? Let's go look. Where the hell is it? I've deleted. There it is. Okay, so 671. The market cap's definitely got to me. It's only 46 million. All right. Well, another thing you can look at on CoinMarketCap, and you should all be doing this, right? Go look at on the left here. I know you probably can't see it on my screen. Go look at the all-time high, the dates, and the all-time lows, the dates, right? That's important to know, like how long it's been. Oh my God, the all-time high was 2,200. Wow. That's impressive. I think you can see it off to the left there. You got to scroll way down. The all-time low during a bull run was the low at $20. Wow. That's a massive swing. $20 to 2,000? I don't think I've ever seen a swing like that. Let's look at, holy moly. So it's not on this exchange where we got that 2,000 mark. I'd like to see it on a better exchange. Probably more history there. Is that it? No, it's still not even there. Let's at least got more history. Where are we gonna put the fibs on here? So 1,000 was the question. So you're at 1,300% to get back to all-time highs. I would guess if you're looking to make up that kind of ground, it would depend on how much it's pumped. Are the pumpamentals, as silly as that sounds and it's cliche, like it's legit, right? How hard did it go here? 400%? Probably not. Coins might 2x again from what we did this. Not saying 2x from price. I'm saying double what it did here. So it did a 400% here. So if we get a good alt season, maybe we can do 800% currently. Like, I'm just rough guessing this. About 800%. This is just kind of my general rule of thumb, my thought process. It might mean shit, and you don't have to like it or anything, but so 600. But what I think the cycle's about half over. That's just my opinion. I think we probably got another 12-ish months, give or take on either side. So if we lean a little bit longer and we peak, the end of next summer, then that's going to be better for our altcoins. But if it's sooner than that, then no. I think we're probably going to top out with this one at least, or you could probably double whatever you did here. So if you did a 400% here, right, maybe you'll do another 400% currently, or whenever we break all-time highs again, right? So just a general quick rule of thumb, I think what we did here from October, or from your summer lows there, whenever you started this Giga Chad pumps on some of these coins, like probably double that, maybe. That's like best case. I'm not saying all of them are going to do that by any means, but this is also why we're rating charts and trying to sort out which ones are great, which ones have the strength to do it, right? You don't want to count on, a sixth grader to lift the car off you, right? You'd look for the stronger guy. That's kind of as bluntly elementary as I could put it here, right? You want to get in the stronger charts if you want strong pumps. So this is why this is an orange coin and not a green coin. Still under the 382, still under these swing lows. It's only went 400%. I'd like to be a little bit higher. Generally, I don't think you want a 10,000% move here like we just saw that one. I forget the name of it. Was it one right above right above where I'm looking at. Yeah, this is 10,000%. Which I still am like dumbfounded. I had to like double check myself. Yeah, it's literally 100x. That's impressive. I don't think you can probably not going to double that. But I guess crazier shit's happened. Yeah, I like CoinSkid, but the XRP thing, I'm like, what are you updating? It's 50 cents. CoinSkid's cool. I like him. He does fibs a lot, right? Does he still do that? I haven't watched any of his videos in a while. So Coleman, does that have potential to get back over 1K? To answer you bluntly, yes or no, I would say no. That's just my opinion. Go look at Rose. No, we can do Rose and Jasmine. Let's get to it. I think both of those are on the green list, right? I know Jasmine is. Maybe I haven't sorted these again. Let's sort them. Maybe that's been my problem. There's Jasmine. Then we'll do Rose. So Jasmine's back up over. I mean, very few coins are over their 2022 highs. This is one of them. The pump effect looks pretty good. I mean, there's 800%. This is like the sweet spot to me. So it's done really well, but not like batshit crazy yet. So it still has the batshit chance. So 800%. What if it goes another 1600% for like from these lows? So that gets it to, knocking on the door of 30 cents. That would get it back again. That's still pretty good, right? So if we get to 30 cents, that's still another 7x from here. I think that's more than doable. Certainly with this coin this strong, we could do more than that. We could even take it from the new highs. What, 800%? What if we do 1600% from here? 70 cents? See what the fib levels say about that. Which one's the low? I guess that one. This says 750. Holy hell. I don't know if I'm feeling that strong. That'd be looking at, yeah, that's too much. See, look at that. So a quick check. If you're like, oh, 750, the 1618, we're going to do that, right? 300,000%. What are you, psycho? Right? Don't be the bit boy that falls for that one. Right? So let's get a reality check here. Last cycle, some of the best performers went 20 to 30,000%. So like, let's look at 25,000%. There's 70 cents. That's kind of more in line with what we just talked about on using our rough estimate really quickly. What did you pump here from October to your March highs? 800%? Okay, double that, 1,600%. What if we did that from current prices? That gets you right in that wheelhouse. Look at that. That would be on track to match some of the best performers from last cycle. Could do it. Right? So 70 cents. It's currently 4 cents. That's pretty great. That's still another 18x from here. Solid. If you're not happy with an 18x, what's it going to take? Smoking a pancake? Anybody got that one? Everybody's got that one. All right, what else? Rose. Let's do Rose. On the orange list. Oh, let's look at it. Maybe we can upgrade. We can do our second upgrade of the stream. I mean, it's above all moving averages now. Looking pretty good. 400%. That's pretty good. Not the best, but that's been about the average of coins that are in the orange. We're above these and moving averages, right? That's kind of what I was looking for. I think last week when we talked, we were probably down in this area. Trying to battle the dollar, or you wish the dollar, 10 cents area. Now we're above it. So, and here's my level where we got to hold kind of, if we go back down, like this has got to flip to support. Range highs here. Look at the line close. line low, right? So that's the range. Range highs, range lows, consolidation, brief dip, back above it. So we can upgrade this to green now. Rose is back on the green list. All right. Rose is back green. Violets are blue. The stream is going long. No one's here. Are you? All right. So we got 29 subscribers. Thanks for all for being here. There's Rose. Back to green, looking great. Doing a right angle on the EMA 8. That looks great. Moving averages, indicators. Look at the Fisher. Just got a trigger bounce by. Looks great. Let's see what else. Rounding the edge on the MACD, trying to get some momentum. Speaking of momentum, the stochastic's starting to round, so some good things might start to happen here over the next couple of weeks for Rose if we don't sell off back under like 10 cents. But you gotta hold the 10-cent level. Now we're up here. Yeah, we got a little bit earlier today. Apologies. We'll try to get back to regular scheduled programming. Myro. Try not to do that too often. Try to keep it a consistent schedule. Newer coin, but strong, right? Really, if you're going to be new, like, make it a strong uptrend. Why not? Why not start strong and stay strong? Good. Obviously, I would go green. I guess we got to go green. I mean, it's like floating above all moving averages. Let's look at the 3-day. Make sure it's still strong here. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Holding the 50 EMA. That looks pretty good. See how our indicators are looking. Got a little bit high on these, a little frothy on the momentum. Starting to come back down, but we can hold up here. We don't have to necessarily crawl back down here. Our momentum is up. MACD is up. So we got that. How's the Fisher? The Fisher's undergoing some thinking here. That'd be an important weekly close for Myro here. Is this going to trigger down? Right? You kind of want to wait till they go parallel. Ideally, you're not going to catch the top and the bottom of the move that way, but at least you can be more confident that your balloon's letting out air or is filling with air, right? They don't have too many on the weekly. You don't get too many fake outs. The 3-day, not really much either on some of the newer coins. So the 3-day is pretty good sweet spot for the newbies. Something that have been around less than a year or so. And we're on the actually the 3-day, right? I think I said weekly close, but this closes today. So watch for this where this updates. I would say we're good as long as we don't close below 23 cents. I would be hesitant. This would get downgraded for sure because it'd take out this. So we could paint this. These swing lows to be where we. I don't think I'd paint it red, but let's go orange. But we're green for now. That's a good chart. Right, solid uptrend, basically the whole life. All right, now what? Okay, KuCoin. Okay, go to it. What? Where'd he go? Nowhere. It was right in front of my face. Thanks for pointing it out. Uniswap's up 22% randomly. That's pretty great. Okay, so WMT. Above all moving averages. Nice move up. Down 44%. Less than most. That's a good sign. Let's go September, October. Let's go these lows here. So we did just under 400%. Not the best, but at least we're above kind of like these range highs where we opened and from the bear market. That's a good one. All your moving averages are trending up, so strong trend. Higher highs, higher lows. Looks good there. See how we're looking across our indicators. We got some momentum building on the stochastic. That's a good sign. Your RSI is above, low 50s, which is a good sign. If you get down, any of your coins are down in here under 50, it's very weak. And a lot of red coins, let's just go look real quick. Let's look where audio's at. See what I mean? Red charts, weak charts. Not weak, right? Most green charts are going to be high RSI. Your strength is high. It literally means relative strength index, which is measuring this particular asset against the rest of the market. You want that high. Okay, so that's a good sign. It's gaining some strength. MACD's trying to gain some momentum. Do we see anything else? Not really. Let's look out on the weekly. Still above all moving averages. Looks good there. This would be where we change to orange. We can downgrade it there. If it goes back below 28 cents, that'd be cautious. But green until then. It looks great. Let's go look. RSI on Synapse. That's a good question. We haven't looked at that in a while. Is Synapse? I feel like Synapse isn't green anymore. Let's go to my watch list. My poor boy Synapse. Oh, it's like right at it. It's like right at the border. Ew, it's creeping under. It's 45. Pretty weak. Yeah, it's got to hold here, but look at where it has been holding, like right around this 43 mark. This is going to be pretty pivotal area. It's got to bounce here, or we're just going to get stuck in the pit of flow. Fisher Transform is still triggering down. ADX in the eye, though. I mean, this still looks pretty good. ADX is still way the hell up there, but it's definitely cooling off. Look at the momentum; it's flatlined. We hit the damn wall. It's on the literal floor. Damn. Yeah, we gotta pick ourselves up here. We need to flip 80 cents back to support. We need to really flip 90 cents back. Get back above the 100 week. 90 cents to $1 before we can get too excited again. Synapse is just in its depression mode. He's got his, sheets drawn, blinds closed, bottle of whiskey. We'll get him back. He'll be back. Sign of alt season. Good question. Instead of just randomly plugging away 78,000 coins, let's just ask a good question. Alt season. I'm glad you asked. Bitcoin dominance. Let's go look at it. Bitcoin dominance on the 3-month chart. Well, maybe we should look at the 12-month chart. Let's see how that looks. Let's remove all the happy arrows, right? So let's guess when alts were doing well in history. Let's go with probably this guy and this guy. When were alts not doing well? Those three. When will alts do well? Probably that guy. 2025? Now I could start earlier, right? We just have to have a drop. Let's get a little bit of a drop here. So maybe we end up, maybe we go up a little bit higher in dominance. There's 60%, right at that. You can't even draw lines on this big of a chart. Or, we just drop immediately. And I also wouldn't expect Bitcoin dominance to get, stupid low and take out these lows a ton more, right? I don't think dominance is going to go very low anymore. So I think if we get back to these low 40s, right, we got to recognize where we're at. And the party's probably almost over. Once dominance gets down that high or down that low, and alts are probably flying off the charts. If we've already up 5, 10x or whatever coins are in, and you see Bitcoin dominance down at 40%, let's not piss that away, right? But let's look at, do we have any sign of alt season? The answer is blatantly no on the weekly chart. It's gone up. But think of how well, what keeps sticking out in my mind is that damn AIOZ coin that's gone up 10,000%. At the same time, Bitcoin dominance has gone up from 30 to almost 55, 56, 57%. in an uptrend with dominance. What do you think some of those strong ass coins are going to do if we get a trend like this? Which I don't think anything that strong is coming. Let's paint that perspective, but I would take this. Right? Altcoins will do fantastic if we see this coming in the next handful of months. Even back to mid 40s would be absolutely great. Right in that area. We'll see how altcoins are doing there. But we have no signs of an alt season yet. Don't let anyone else tell you different. We'll be able to tell. Right? We need several red candles out of Bitcoin dominance. We haven't got that yet. We need to get back under the EMA 21. We haven't got that yet. Right? There'll be signs. Let's put in a low first, then a lower low, then a lower low. Until we can get back under this 200 week, like we're still not going nowhere. Those are the signs we're watching for our pure alt season, which we haven't even sniffed at yet, which we looked at yesterday. Altcoin season index. If you go to the altcoin year index, right? Let's look at this, right? If you missed this yesterday, right? Look how much more time we have to go. That's an alt. These are alt seasons. Let's look at the years at the bottom, right? 2020, 2021. See how high that goes? Those peaks. Look at what we've done so far. There's coins that have done 100x and during that phase. I can't even imagine what's coming if we actually get a alt year up here. Whew, it's gonna be fun. So this is also why I think we have a long time to go in this cycle, and we're not gonna peak anytime real soon. We're all the people that thought we were gonna peak in July. I know I heard them. Much bigger accounts than me. July, August, September peaks. Where are they at? They gone? Right? Not gonna happen. Blow off phase. Where's the blow off phase? I was wondering. We have probably at least 6 months, if not 9 to 12. I think 12, give or take 20%. You're welcome. All right, what else we got here? Just stretching in the chair. Some weird stretches. Probably fun to wrap it up on weird stretches, right? Sufficient history, like how long? I want at least a year, and even if it's only got a year, I really stick to like the 3-day chart. And because you're dropping down in the 3-day chart, it becomes less meaningful than a weekly chart. So like, let's look at a couple of these, like where is it? Like PHB, right? This is a strong chart, but you don't have a ton of history. But we got a little bit over a year. This is about minimum I would like to use. 13, 15 months, something in there for more solid, trusting TA fundamentals. Anything less than a year, it's like let's see which one. Probably some orange charts. Most of my here. Let's look at this one. Yeah, like that. Like what the hell are you gonna get out of that? Can't do a weekly TA on that. Just those kind of things. You're buying and holding for the current run that you're in, and a few percentages of your portfolio, right? You don't want to be going all in on things like this, even though it could pay off, right? What if it fizzles out or does shit or it gets rug pulled, right? Who knows? So 10%, 20% max on like altcoins that are like zero history, because you just don't know. That might outperform 80% of your risk. Maybe it is. Maybe you want to do 100% all in on newer coins, right? It depends on how much loan sharks do you owe. if your hands are going to be broken in the next 3 months, if you don't pay $100,000 and you only have $1,000 in crypto right now, you might want to take some bigger gambles. And these will be the ones to do it on. You're probably not going to make 100x in Solana over the next 3 months. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm a fan of the 4-year cycle. I don't really think much about the super cycle. I do think there's going to be a huge bear market next. I think that's going to be much longer than normal. Because of all the ETF shit, and I think we're going to see a over a year plus bear market. Probably 18 to 24 months for what that's worth to anybody. So don't get it wrong this time, right? At least cash something out on the way up. I'll do my best to help you out. Dollar cost average out of this market, but wait, I don't try to sell the peaks. I take it on the top as we're going up. That's what you should be doing as you're going up. You never know when the top is in. It'll never seem like the top's in, right? Bitcoin looking like it's ready to go to the next top. Looking pretty good there. Okay, I'll kind of wrap it up there. That's been over 80 minutes. I'll see you on the next one. We'll do it again tomorrow. Probably around 3 o'clock. Probably this time tomorrow, actually. Maybe a little earlier, a little later. Try to do them similar times, okay? And at least in an hour, right? We can try to get you in the hour. Appreciate all of you being here. Thanks so much for watching. Any other questions? Save it for tomorrow, you sons of bitches. All right, I'll see you on the next one. We'll end it on sons of bitches.